Okay, YouTube. So I have a bit of an update. Last video I said I was going in having a bronchoscopy for a mass they found in my lungs. So a little backstory. What was it, like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, maybe, I believe. Let's see, what's today? I'm losing track of days. Today is Friday. I had the bronchoscopy last Friday. Went in, so about almost 2 weeks ago is when I was sitting here and my ears started getting really hot. My face was getting flushed, and I checked my temperature and it was 103. So I kind of monitored it for 20 minutes or so, and it was fluctuating 100. It went down a little bit because I was sitting on my recliner with a blanket over me. So I was like, maybe that's why. So I kept an eye on it for like 20 minutes, and it didn't go under 101. And so I called my doctor, and he's basically like, go to the ER. I defer you to come to our ER, because where I live, the hospital that's doing my stem cell transplant is Corewell Health. We don't have that in our town here. It's in Grand Rapids, so it's about 40 minutes away. The hospitals here in my town are Spectrum Health. So they wanted me to go to one of theirs, that because they already have all my information, they know what's going on with me. So I ended up going there, drove to Grand Rapids, went to the ER there. By the time I got there, my temperature was gone. So it's like, oh, this was a waste. They're like, well, we want to test you anyway. We're gonna do some blood work. We're gonna do a chest x-ray. And that's where they saw the mass and then decided to keep me. That was on Sunday. I ended up staying there basically all week. It wasn't until Friday till they finally did the bronchoscopy. And so that procedure was at 10 a.m. that day. At about 9:45, they came in my room, my nurse, to, I had a IV, in me all week, set up. And she was going to put antibiotics through the IV. And she noticed as soon as she started to do it, it was leaking. It's like, okay, that's a bad IV. We're gonna have to put another one in you. I'm like, they're coming in like 15 minutes. I'm like, good luck, because they cannot put IVs in me. They have such a hard time. She's like, I'll get it. So she tried both arms. She's like, okay, I'm giving up. Let me go get my manager. She'll get it. Manager comes in. She tries both arms. She can't get it. She's like, oh. Let me call, and I forget what it's like ultrasound. I know they have a different name for it, where they can use like the ultrasound machine. They rub the little wand on you, and they can find the deeper vein, so it's easier for them to get. So they had to call them to get it. Now it's like 10:15. Luckily, they hadn't come to get me for my bronchoscopy yet. They didn't come till like 10:20. So they got the line in me just in time. She got it finished up, and they basically came and got me, rolled me down to do that procedure, which I've never had done before. So I was a little nervous. They take me into the waiting room first. The doctor comes over and is like, goes through all the risks, they're the minimal, but the one that had me the most was like, he's like, you could break your teeth. I guess putting you to sleep or something, you could clench your teeth and crack your teeth. I was like, I don't want to crack that. That'll suck. They could puncture the lung while doing the procedure, to where then I'd have to have a line stuck in my chest. And so there was some concerns. So they reel me in there, they put me on the table, and the doctor puts, he said it was oxygen, like a big mask over your face, over your mouth and nose. But if you've had this procedure before, or if you know anything about it, leave it in the comments below. Because he's like, this is just oxygen, take deep breaths. Why are they giving me oxygen and telling me to take deep breaths? Like, what is that doing? So I take like 3 deep breaths. I'm watching him. Then I hear behind me, which I can't see, I hear the nurse be like, okay, I'm putting the sleeping medicine into your IV, and I was gone instantly. So I don't know, did she actually put anything in my line, or was that mask that I'm taking deep breaths, was that, or were they both a combination of them, what put you to sleep? So I don't know. But I mean, the second she said that, here comes your sleeping medicine, that's the last I remember. So I was out immediately, and then I woke up in recovery and was there for maybe 10 minutes. Then they reeled me back to my room. Just kind of waited another 15 minutes, and then the doctor came in and was like, okay, we don't need to keep you any longer. Call for your ride, and you can go home. So that was it. Now here we are a week later. I went in and I hadn't heard anything all week. They've been updating, probably if you've, any of your medical providers now, you have apps like they call it My Chart, at least here, where you go in and get updates. I've been getting updates all week. Of course, it's a bunch of, mumbo jumbo that I don't understand. And I'm trying to like read through the notes of like the procedure and trying to figure out myself what it was or what's going on, because I hadn't had any calls yet to tell me. And from what I had saw in there, it looked like it said it was non-cancerous and maybe caused by mold. Like I read something in there. So I went to see my doctor yesterday at an appointment. And basically he said, yeah, it was non-cancerous, and basically everything came back negative. All the results came back negative. They said I did have some pneumonia, but he's like, that shouldn't cause that mass. So even though everything came back negative, they're still concerned of like, why did that mass form? They don't know that. So they're a little concerned on that, like what caused it, because they can't figure it out. So he's gonna have me come back for a PET scan. They're gonna schedule that, which they said it could be 2 weeks though before they could get me in for that. So I haven't heard yet exactly when the PET scan is. So they're gonna do that. They're gonna have the infectious disease team look at all my results, see if they come up with anything, what could have caused it. And depending on what they say and what the PET scan comes back as, they may do another bronchoscopy of it and go in and take some samples. But he said this time it'll be a different team. I think it was the pulmonary team that did it while I was in the hospital, and this will be, I forget who he said, what team will do it here. They're mowing the grass across the street there. I don't know if you hear that. It's gonna shut the door, but it looks like he's going down farther. So they're gonna have a different, if they have to do it, have a different team do it, which I don't get what difference that would make. If it was a pulmonary team, it was, I don't know, like I said, whatever team that's gonna do it. Aren't they basically doing the same thing and getting the same information? And so I don't get what difference it would make if a different team does it. But if you know, again, leave it down in the comments below. So that's where we're at. PET scan coming up, infectious disease team looking at the results, and then possibly another bronchoscopy. And then after they have all that information, we'll decide when the stem cell transplant takes place. So it could be 2 weeks before I have this procedure, the PET scan, and then I don't know, how long it'll take for them to get the results and look at it. Could be, another week. So at least probably 4 weeks, I would say, for the stem cell transplant. But depending on what they find out, they may have to then treat, when they take the PET scan, how has the mass shrunk? Is it disappeared? Is it getting bigger? What's going on? How will they treat it? So as of right now, I don't know when stem cell transplant will take place. But as far as the mass, like when I was in the hospital for it, and that's one reason they did the chest x-ray, because not only the temperature I had, I was telling them, it's like, I do have discomfort right here. Like there's pain in my chest, not all the time. Like if I take a deep breath or maybe if I yawn or something, I'll feel like a stabbing sensation right here. And I said, if I lay on my right side, left side, I'm fine. My right side, when I lay to sleep that way, I would feel that pain there. So that's why they originally took that chest x-ray. And then they put me on antibiotics and stuff. So that was Sunday. By, I think it was maybe Tuesday night or Wednesday night, that pain went away. I could sleep on that side. I wasn't feeling it anymore. And since then I haven't, no longer felt that pain. So I don't know if the antibiotics they put me on started to shrink that mass, why I wasn't having that pain. So we'll find out when we get that PET scan. So that's where we're at right now. Don't know much. Like I said, they said everything came back negative, but again, why did that form? So that we're in the dark right now on what formed it, why did it grow as big as it did. If it was just, like you said, the only thing that came back was that I had some pneumonia, which doesn't typically form a mass. So, and he said, I guess there's a board that he's on, cancer board. When they get together, they're going to bring up my case so all the members of this board can discuss it and look at it and see if they can come up with something, what's going on. So that's where we're at. I will keep you updated if I get any word when my PET scan is and what goes on with that. So thanks for watching these videos. And I will talk to you all, guys. Talk to you all again very soon. Thank you. Bye.